Hello everyone, this is Northwest Rail Fan. I'm here with my my post-Christmas roster update. Basically, it's not really a layout update. So here's some of the stuff I got. I'm gonna go in depth on this stuff now. Right after this. Okay everyone, so I'm back. I'm gonna probably go, not really sure in what order, probably go right to left then, and then have more over on my left hand side, a couple more things, which I set over there because they're kind of big and I didn't want to get them messed up, and there wasn't really space on this portion of the layout. I really could have done it off the layout, but I think the layout is probably the best setting for doing videos like this. So we'll start right over here. Probably wondering why I have a Superliner dining car with the roof off of it and sitting there, and then parts, and then this cardboard piece of paper right here with the label. So if you can see this, it says doesn't really say much. It's for HO 85-foot pass car, which is passenger car. It has 2 McHenry knuckle couplers and 2 brass posts and 2 something or other screws. So this is my dining car I have. I got my 2 other Superliner cars in Phase 3 for my birthday earlier this year. Both of those are the newest releases with the tinted windows and the nice, the better design of holding the trucks on. It's not really better, because I think they used a machine to do those, and they messed them up really badly. When I got it, the coach truck was off in the box, and the mounting post was rolling around in the car. So I had to figure out how to take the roof off and then redo it. And then I looked at the coach baggage. For some reason wasn't rolling right, and it turned out they'd screwed the post on at a slight angle, and it caused the truck so the back set of wheels wasn't touching the track, and it constantly derailed. It was a mess. So I had to take those both apart, put them all back together. They're good now. Concord makes pretty decent stuff. Especially when you're thinking a little more than 25 bucks a car, really you could get 2 of them for the price of 1 Walther Superliner. The finish and stuff isn't as nice, but it looks good. It still looks fine. Really, how many people need cars with full interior, especially in a small layout like this? They won't even work. A lot of people are clubs who have the really nice big layouts and stuff. That's fine. You could get those. I have, I think it's 22-inch radius curves, so those wouldn't work because I think the minimum for those was 24. But yeah. So what I was going to show you is this. So obviously it comes with a set of 2 McHenry couplers. These plastic pins right here, if you can see that, which you really can't, are the old way of mounting the trucks. So I've upgraded this. This is on for modeltrainstuff.com. All this stuff is. I asked for Christmas is from. This is on there. They call it an upgrade kit. For some reason, some guy used it to upgrade. I think it was one of those heavyweight cars they made, which are really nice. I'm not sure how he did, because I don't think they use the same truck design. But they're intentionally designed for these, and then cars like that one right over there, which actually looks super nice for a Concours, but that use these plastic pins. The design works fine for the single level normal streamlined cars, but for the Superliners it's pretty horrible. Not really sure why for the past I think at almost 30 years they'd been using those pins. These cars look like this. They barely tip, and you have to push on them to get them to. And in curves, this car would tip probably about that bad, but the trucks would be on the track still. It was terrible, and I had to actually glue one of these pins in. Managed to pull it out with pliers, luckily, but before I converted this. But they constantly tilt, and after a while the pins would wear down, and the trucks would start falling off. They still use the design on the other passenger cars, I believe. They work fine. You just have to glue them in, and they don't really tip, and they're fine. But just for these, it's horrible. So I will show you what it took. I just had to pull out these pins in the trucks. One of them I think I glued in, so it's a little harder too. But here's what it really entails. After you remove it, what I did it in this order. I took the truck, I put the screw in it and set it in. Then I held it in with one of my fingers on my hand, and then used the other hand to screw on the metal post. This is a really great design, actually, for what it is. These, I think they were around $6, but it's really worth it because for 2 sets of these is almost 10. I think it's around 8. And you get 1 pair of these, and then you get 2 screws, which are really nice long screws, and they're polished metal, which is nice. They're polished black. I think they paint them and then polish them or something. It's just a finish on them. And then you get the post, which they made look nice too, which doesn't make much sense because it's in here. It really helps the performance of this car. This car I'd already installed McHenry knuckle couplers on, so it could take the really sharp radiuses. This probably could even run on 18-inch if I tried. Maybe the 16-inch radius. Maybe. It would probably be really close. It would look weird. It looks almost weird right here because it overhangs a lot, but it would look terrible on 16-inch radius. It's pretty good, I think. There's not much else about it. I forgot something I was going to say. One thing, you still don't have the window tinting on this. It's alright, though. You really can't tell unless you look at them really close and they're in direct light. That's about it for this. It's definitely worth it. One nice thing which is what I forgot about. These are metal. The posts are solid metal, so they actually add probably an ounce or 2 to this car, and they track way better because these originally did not have any weight in them whatsoever. So yeah. So the next thing, this will be really quick, probably a minute at most. This is I forget the brand. I think it was Motormax brand. It's nice. It's a 75 Honda Civic. It's this copper color. I'm going to refocus the camera really quick so you can see it better. So be right back. So here it is in front of the main present I got. It's really nice. I like it. I think it got dust on it already there. Here we go, a scratch, but it is very well detailed for HO scale. I think it's actually better than most of the model power. They used they colored everything. If you can't tell, on the grill, if you see a small silver line on the right side of the grill, that actually is a Honda logo. Well, not logo. It says Civic. You could actually read that. You can't really on the camera, but so it's really well detailed. It has license plates. Can't really tell from here. I think you might be able to now. It says 1975 because that's the year. It has real rubber tires, die-cast frame, die-cast body. Actually, no, that's a plastic frame. It has a hole in the bottom. Came in a plastic case. If you guys want, I could show it in another video. I guess some people collect these. From what I read, it was kind of a big deal in the late 90s, but then it died off, so now they're mainly just for train layouts. One thing I have to say, it looks kind of weird. I think the wheels might be too big or something, but it's a nice looking car, so I have it just sitting at the crossing for now. So on to the next thing. So guys, this is the next thing, not up there, it's just sitting here, but down here I got 2 sets of micro scale decals. These are my first real sets of micro scale. I did buy 1 or 2, I think, no 1, because the rest were Herald King, which are actually nice too, but they're smaller. These, so we'll start right here on the left. This is a BNSF Burlington Northern Santa Fe Decals Heritage 1 Scheme 1996 Plus. Has BNSF logo. Screen printed to the USA. World's largest selection of HL scale decals. Modeler's choice for the 21st century. So I'm gonna check the copyright date on this really quick just to do it. So I don't really see a copyright date. This is from, let's see, revised 11/08. So this is pretty nice. I'll take this out and we can look at it more. So this, I'm gonna be putting this on my SD9-3 I've been working on. I don't have it out here right now. The chassis, for now, it's on there permanently. I didn't glue it or anything, it's just on there. I think it's gonna stay. The shell, really the paint's not all that great, so I might end up ditching that shell and redoing another one. This is Heritage 1. As you can see, the BNSF lettering in black. I know some of them did have green, yellow striping, 2 whole sets. Which is, I think this is enough for 2 locomotives, maybe extra. One nice thing I'll show you in a minute is that these came with it, if you can see that, the bottom section with the black numbers, and then smaller black numbers, and your BNSF lettering. That's for a semi-famous BNSF scheme that was around for a couple of years in the mid to late 90s, I think. It's pretty good. So I'll need to zoom in so you can see some of the smaller details. Okay guys, so you can see this now. This is BNSF. Right here for some reason it says SD42B, even though those aren't for SD42Bs. They're for -9s. So these are right here, the BNSF lettering, and then those numbers, F or the front of the locomotive, are for the -9s that were built in the 90s. Where BNSF was having a motive power shortage, and they had to paint them all in primer gray and then temporarily letter them until they were painted. And those, I think they stuck around for a while. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to find a -9 and do it. Probably not, because I model modern day, which is like probably 2010 to 2014, and next year and the year after that and whatever. So really I have my that Santa Fe GP40, I think it is. I got that train show and Puyallup I put on in that video. I'm gonna probably put these under the number on the cab, the BNSF initials, and that's about it. I was just gonna go down this list really quickly. There's B23-7, B30-7A, C30-7, GP7U, GP9, GP15-1, GP20, GP28M. Whole bunch of them, SD9, which I will be using, SD38P, SD40, SW1500, SW1200, SW1000, SDF45. SDF45 and the SDF40-2, really, I couldn't find anything on those, and I've never really heard of them, so if you know what they are, please let me know. I assume they're just a variant of the SD40 and SD45. Really not too much else on this decal sheet, so I'll put this back where it came from and grab this next one. So guys, here is this next one. This is one I wanted. This one's actually out of production, so they had it on sale, I think for like $4. Washington Central Decals. This one's actually for a caboose they had too. For the Washington Central Railway, WCRC, they were the owners of the Spirit of Washington dinner train, and they operated until, I think it was the late 90s, and then they still had the dinner train. And they got bought out by BNSF, so I believe up until a few years back, BNSF actually owned 2 of their switchers. I think they're SW12s. So, quite a few decals, and here I'll open it up and be right back. Okay guys, so I am back here. We got quite a bit of decals on this, almost the entire sheet's filled. There's some dashes and just white lines, lettering, numbering, Seahawks style stripe, the Seahawks, the old Seahawks logo on it. This is basically, it's pretty nice. Various striping, Burlington Northern style, Those I think goes on the end of the caboose, which I will show you. Caboose is number 100. I don't know why they put 100 there, because they're huge. I don't think that goes on the caboose. I think they use the smaller one. Even though I'm not sure, it might be the large one. But it's really nice. You have various numbers. It says Washington Central Locomotives and Caboose, updated 12 of 2004. So December 04. That's a while. It's 10 years ago. This month, 10 years ago this month. So this has been out of production for quite a while, I think. It's pretty good. It has decals for the CF7, which they had in the 80s, and GP9, GP38 use these similar ones too, and then their switcher and their former Northern Pacific caboose. So that's about it for these. So I'll set this down and we will open up the instruction sheets, which shows some diagrams of the locomotive. Okay guys, so here's this. This is the first one right here. This is switcher 1200, which I'm not sure why they say switcher 1200. That might be another designation for this. This, I think it's an SW7, so an Athearn SW7 would work perfectly for this. It looks almost identical to one minus the headlight configuration. It's pretty simple. All the decals for this one are in there. So I think there's enough to paint everything on this instruction sheet. It's just black and red above the roof. Above that line would be black. Cab roof would be black. I think that might be black right here, and then the rest of this would be red and black and white. And it's kind of a complicated paint scheme. Mostly decals though. Here's the GP9. I think a Walther's GP9M would work pretty well. The only difference would be the dynamic brakes. This one doesn't have it. And the cab, this one's the SD40, not SD40, this is the Dash 2 style cab, and the Walther's just has a modified GP9 cab from a low-nose GP9. It's pretty similar. This is a pretty simple paint job compared to the other ones, just black above that line, white stripe where the black stripe is right here. And it's pretty nice. So I'll turn this over. So here's this CF7, Washington Central, number 402. I believe that Athearn actually made a release of these. I think it was around 05, if I remember correctly. I've seen them on YouTube, online, and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty nice. If I saw one at a reasonable price, I'd probably buy it. I'm actually going to paint probably a GP9 or a GP38 or something in this scheme. And then I already have the next thing, the caboose. I'm going to custom paint a caboose I've been working on. That's why I asked for this, because I've been working on a model of this. For some reason this diagram was pretty terrible, but it does say on the other side not decals, instructions for decal placement only. This one, I think they messed it up. It's not really accurate to the caboose, because from photos I've seen where the coupler is on this side, there's a window here and then there's another window here, and I think this window's closer in. I'm really not sure what they did with the window on this thing. There's the end. That's the stripes on the end by the coupler only. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Black and then red, and it looks pretty much like it is, but where most of the white is red. I'll show you that caboose and once I get the projects, and about after I do the sounder. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is my main Christmas present. This is something I've wanted for quite a while. Even before I got the sounder cars to go with it. I got the cars back this summer. I can't remember exactly what months, but I think it was, one of them was around June, July, and the other one was, I think, August. Yeah, August sounds right. So I got number 906. This is the one I wanted. I have a video of 906 at Auburn pulling into the station and then departing. So it's pretty nice. I've seen 906 a couple times. The other two numbers available were 911, which is the second one that I would ask for if this one was out of stock, and then 909. This one, it's from modeltrainstuff.com. They actually have I think they have 906 and 909 in stock right now. They only have one of each, so if you want one, go over there fast, because Athearn just continued these earlier at the beginning of this year, I believe. So they have them at a really good price. This one, when I asked for it, it was $59.99. Just, I think at the beginning of this week, they lowered the price to $49.99. So it's $49.99 plus, I think, $14 shipping. Those are what these were if I checked properly. It's a super nice locomotive. I only have one issue with it, which I'll show in a few minutes. It's a nice engine. Here, I'll run it really quick. It runs beautifully. It's really slow too, which is nice. It actually can be. It's faster than the old F59 if you run it at full speed. As you can tell, there's a working backup light right there, which is super nice because the old one doesn't have it. My Amtrak Cascades one is from, I think, only like the second release of F59. It's like 2002, if I remember right. I think the box says something like, I think it was September or October of 02. I think that's the purchase date the original owner bought it. I think I'm like probably the third owner, because that's like 12 years, so it's a really nice engine too, but this one, the detail's way nicer. If you look at this, you have the grab irons, which are practically scale, I think. They look way better than the thicker metal paint, like silver polished wire ones on that older model. You have headlights, ditch lights. You have separate bulbs in each of the ditch lights, and in the headlight, the backup lights right here for when the engine's in push mode, those aren't lit. So if you got this, you'd have to install bulbs yourself if you wanted to and put it in DCC. It's DCC ready. DCC quick plug equipped is what they call it. So I might put a decoder in here. Maybe that would solve the issue I have with it. It's not really broken or something. It's just a design flaw that for some reason Athearn still hasn't fixed, and I think it was in the first run of DCC ready at 59s too. So this is, I think, this is the newest run of Sounders from, I think, last year, like the early last year is when they came out with these. I think my local hobby shop still has like 4 of these. This one, it's a good deal. These retail for $119, I think. And their average price is usually about 99 bucks, I think, at hobby shops and Train World. Train World has them for $98.99, the same as the P40s and P42s. It's pretty nice. So I'll pull this forward and try and get a little better look at the details and stuff. Right here, everything's painted. The fuel cap's painted. Not 100% sure what a couple other things on there are. I think that's a builder's plate or something right there. I'm going to pick this up really quick and look at it with one hand, if I can do that. That's just this fuel. So it's pretty nice. Working ditch lights, technically. They don't flash, but they do light up. So this is a good locomotive, especially for the price they wanted. This is the last F59 I'm going to get for sure. I have 2. That's probably too many as it is. Front truck's not on. Oops. There we go. This has the scale McHenry couplers. I think we're about done. We're kind of running out of time. So I'll get to the projects really quick and then we'll do a quick run by. How about we do a quick run by? They do the couplers, if it works. There we go, it works. So run by right here. As you can tell, this runs beautifully. I'll show you the only issue I've had with it right now though. Oops. It's just coupled onto the Amtrak Superliner dining car, so I'll have to take this off. One thing I have to say about Concours cars, they actually do a good job. They actually put brass metal wheels, and they roll beautifully, almost as good as any of the Athearns. One thing I have to say about the Bombardier bilevels, they really run terribly, unless you have a good pulling locomotive. Because the wheels, they really roll really badly, even though they're metal. I think they try to put too much brake detail and stuff, and it kind of rubs. It really, they would have had to modify the trucks and made them a little less prototypical. I wouldn't have minded if they ran better. But so here's the engine. If you look carefully at the front as it's coming towards us, you'll notice there's no lights. So because you have to run this at let's see, the second to highest notch to get the power on. There you go. You can see the lights now. I think, even though the back light, it goes right on as soon as it starts moving. But it's really ridiculous. This is something I'm kind of mad about. I want to get an Athearn P42 Genesis, or a P40 in Phase 5. Either one would be good, because they're almost identical. But really, with this issue, I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more Athearn DCC ready engines. Because really, guess they expect you to install DCC, even though it's technically just a DC locomotive. So that's really stupid. From what I can find, it's being caused by the constant lighting circuit that's in here. So, I don't know, I'll put this at half and see. There's the lights, I think. Yeah, you can see the lights. It looks really nice. I think that's about good enough, I think. Because really any issues are not too major. So I'm back. Here's a couple projects. This is all it is for today. Now, no real progress on the SD9-3. It needs more paint, and then I can decal it and put whatever detail parts. So I'll start over here. This is what the caboose I was saying, Washington Central. It's pretty nice. So far, I think I'm happy with it. It needs a little sanding and trimming on that model putty right there. This is a modified Athearn standard coupler caboose. Just an old blue box. What railroad was this? I forget which one this was. I did put a Tyco coupler on there just to mess with it, and then I decided to take it off and make it this. So I made modifications. We're moving this window. See those two pieces of plastic where they're cut out? Window part right here, and the part right under the coupler. I cut those both out and swapped them around. Then I sanded this whole thing smooth after filling the windows in with styrene. Model putty still needs to be kind of sanded down. I got a roof block on there. I need to get another one to put there. Not too much work. Coupler is staying completely unmodified. Mine is being glued on. I had to relocate the smoke jack. This whole side is smooth, just like the real one. This one, I need to fill in this window, I think it is, and this window. Either that or it's this window, not this one. Sand this whole thing smooth, and then it'll be ready to be painted with a nice coat of the same red. And then I'll paint the roof black, put the striped decals on, put it on the chassis, and we'll be good. So decals again are those right there, and then one of those stripes, and then the number 100's right there. So here's this. This is my NPCU cab car. You haven't seen it since my last model train related video, which wasn't, no, not my last one, the one before, Puyallup Train Show one. It was still in the Phase 2 Amtrak paint. Now it's in this semi-finished, well, half-finished Phase 5. This is just Krylon, I forget the exact name, gray of some kind, and this is blue of some kind. I'm going to swap that out as soon as I'm done with this video. I'm going to put one of the McHenry couplers I had that's missing the centering spring right there. It's pretty nice. If you want to look at this really quick, look at the headlight. It actually works. You need to be careful because the sounder's going to rear end it. So it does work. Right there, there's a bulb back there. Bulb. It's a nice, just incandescent bulbs. These are the original bulbs from when this was built in the 80s. Originally it's F40PH from Bachmann. I relocated the horn. The horn was right there. I filled in the hole. I moved it there. Air conditioning units there. Number boards. This, all the steps and the fuel tank and the plow need to be painted dark gray, which I'll use probably tester. So I might spray paint it. I haven't decided yet. The weather right now is way too cold for spray painting, and it's been kind of rainy lately. So I like this. I custom did the door and everything. Just needs paint and then decals. And I could put the front windshield in and put clear plastic in there and there. It'll be good. It runs pretty well. It'll probably end up in Amtrak Cascade service for when I feel like running it. Probably it'll mainly run with the not the F59, the P40 that I want to get. I'm looking at getting one right now. I found them for $110. There's the only one paint scheme left in stock on their website I want to get it from. I was looking at Amazon, but it's cheaper to just get it from the site that I found. It's a pretty reputable one that I've used before to get one of my Sounder cars and a couple other things before. So I have $55 right now, and it'll be $110. So I need another $55, and then I'll be able to get it. Really can't decide if I want to save my money and take it to the train show, or save my money and then go buy a P40. Let me know in the comments below. I think I'll probably do the P40 because I want something to pull my nice Amtrak Superliner cars. So I think we'd better wrap the video up. I probably went over my 20-minute limit, so this will take who knows how long to upload. I know I said I wouldn't have a video until January, but it's almost January. I'll probably be uploading it today. This is the day after Christmas right now, the 26th of December 2014. This will be more than likely my last video, or at least model railroad video for the year. Happy New Year's, everyone. I hope your Christmas was great. And not too much else. Keep rail fanning and have a nice week. New Year's is next Wednesday. So you guys be safe. See ya.